ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Mahopanisad, chapter 5, read 51.
जडतां वर्जयित्वैकां शिलाया हृदयं हि तत् अमनस्कस्वरूप यत् तन्मयो भव सर्वदा चित्तं दूरे परित्यज्य योषि सोषि स्थिरो भव.
We have seen the Anvaya of this. Shilaya Hridayam. What is this Shilaya Hridayam? Shila means rock. Hridayam means core. The core of rock. What type of rock is it? This is not the rock that we find actually in the world, not that way. Here, figuratively, the word rock is used, Shila. What means Shila, a rock is firm, it's very hard to break. Like that, says this avidya, ignorance, and its karya, nama rupatmaka jagat. This is compared to a shila. However, rock is very hard to break through. So is this avidya and its product, the jagat, nama rupatmaka jagat, is very difficult to get over. So therefore, Shilaya Hridayam, that is the Hridaya core in the form of the word used is Jadata. Shilaya Hridayam Ekam Jadatam Varjayitva. Jadata. What is the Jadata? Nama Rupatmaka Jada Jagat. The core of this rock in the form of ignorance and its result or product, namely the inert Jagat having names and forms. So that Jagat. Varjayitva, having discarded. See, look, the field of your operation now is Jagat. You are now working with the Jagat. Attempt is to arrive at your Swarupa, Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, Chaitanya. And your field of operation is Jagat. And what is the Jagat? Nama Rupatmaka Jagat. From where it has come? The Shila, Avidya and its Karya product. From that Jagat, what you do? Jadatam Varjayitva. Having discarded the Nama Rupatmaka Jada Jagat. Then Adhyara was there. Yat Chaitanyam Chakasti. When you discard the Nama Rupatmaka Jagat, what will remain? Come on, tell me. It's basis. It's Adhisthana. What is the what is Adhisthana? You recall the verse from Drik Drishya Viveka. Asti bhati priyam rupam nama chaityausha panchakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagad rupam tato dvayam. This Jagat, as it obtains, has got 5 facets. Asti, existence is necessary. Bhati, knowledge aspect of being known, the Chaitanya Chit is. Priyam, Ananda aspect is. Then Nama, name, and Rupa, form. So the Jagat has got 5 facets. Out of these, Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam. The first 3 facets is equal to Brahma Swarupa. Jagad Rupam Tato Dvayam. Thereafter, whatever 2 facets are there, it is Jagat. And this Jagat is Avidya Karya, the rock as it were, Avidya and its product. You have discarded what? Nama Rupatmaka Jada Jagat. What remains now? Asti Bhati Priyam. That is what is said here as in Adhyara. Yat Chaitanyam Chakasti. For Chaitanya, Satchit Ananda Swarupa Chaitanya. Chakasti, shines, gets revealed in its own glory. Chakasti, Tatvik. That indeed is what? Adhyara was Tava Swarupam. O Nidaga, that is your Swarupa, your real nature. And what is that nature? What is that nature? Tat. Patantara Yat also is there. That which is Amanaska Swarupam, which is totally free from mind. Mind, Antakarana, has no locus standi in Chaitanya, Atma, Brahma. Amaswarupa. That's what you do. Sarvada Tanmayaha Bhava. Always be absorbed in that Amanaska Swarupa Chaitanya, having discarded the Nama Rupatmaka Jada Jagat. In this manner, Chittam Dure Parityajya, having discarded the mind far, 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 what remains? Yahasi. whatever that you remain in reality, whatever that you remain in reality, yaha asi, saha asi, that is your swarupa. Sthiro bhava, get absorbed in that, be steadfast in that. So that is means what this does this indicate? What is the anartha mula? What is the root of this sukha dukkhatmaka calamitous samsara? We say nama rupatmaka jagat. And nama rupa jagat, what is the cause? Avidya and its product. But at practical level, who projects this nama rupatmaka jagat? Mind. Nama rupatmaka jagat is projected by who? Mind. You can verify it. How? Look, when the mind is functional, as in the case of waking state and dream state, nama rupatmaka jagat, whether it is a jagrata jagat or swapna jagat, is that. In sleep, temporarily, mind is merged in its immediate cause, avidya. Actual manifestation of nama rupatmaka jagat is not. Is this true or not? Come on. You tell. This shows that Vedanta is not cock and bull story. It can be demonstrated. You may not be able to say what is the accomplish this state, let's say, tanmayo bhava. Let us say, some deficiencies are there. And you are unable to make your mind get absorbed the Chaitanya Sarupa, discarding the Nama Rupatma Jagat. But can you deny that the Nama Rupatma Jagat is the product of mind? Come on. If yes, you will have to explain. What explanation you have got? You have to show, listen, in this state, mind is not there, and yet Jagat is there. Can you tell? Come on. I will give you 1 week period. Do homework, and next time you tell me. Impossible. It's not make-believe thing. They're showing the fact. Mind is Jagat, Nama Rupa Jagat is. Mind is not, Nama Rupa Jagat is not. Yet, sleep cannot be the solution because cause of mind still is there. Avidya still is there. That's why the avidya has to be removed, and then the mind has to be made important to spin the Nama Rupatma Jagat. Maybe because of prarabdha, file it may be there, but that Jagat, which is perceived after knowing fully well, after being aware of the Chaitanya Sarupa, totally different from Jagat, that gets reduced to what you know as mithya. That is what mithya is. Not simply repeating the word mithya, mithya, mithya. The place where rope, you mistakenly saw the snake. In light, you saw the rope, and yet the appearance still persists as the snake. You say that snake seen is mithya. Not seeing the rope actually, calling the snake mithya is their lip service. Here is a person who has become tanmayaha. His mind has got totally absorbed the Sarupa. Nama Rupatma Jagat is not there even to the least extent, even the trace is not there. So therefore, in such a state where you have discarded, you have got rid of your mind, say there whatever remains free from mind is your Swarupa. Yaha asi, whatever you are, saha asi, that you are in reality. So sthiraha bhava, be steadfast in that cognition of your Swarupa. Free from mind means free from Nama Rupatma Jagat, means free from samsara, which is your real nature. So it means, let's be this way, to summarize, Sarvanartha Mula Chittapaye, Chittasya Apaye. When you are already done with this Chitta mind, and what is that Chitta? Sarvanartha Mula, the root cause of all calamitous samsara, anartha, sorrowful. When you have got rid of the mind, which is the cause of the calamitous samsara, yadasi, whatever remains, the deva bhava, please be that. That is your swarupa. So thus, by manolaya, also called as manonasha, also called as unmani bhava, rising above the level of mind, antak. By this, chinmatra spuranam, what gets revealed is chinmatra, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, to the total exclusion of adhyasta prapancha, the prapancha that is superimposed erroneously. See, these things you should know. Don't think Vedanta means no little inspiration, goody satsang, etc. Little bhajans here and there. See the truth. You are not made to believe this. You can verify yourself. You may not be that much ready to discard the mind, but at least know what mischievous prank this mind is playing. There are people who speak Vedanta. Why stone the mind? Mind is a very useful instrument. Of course, mind is a very useful instrument in Vyavahara. If mind is not there, we can't live in this world. It is necessary. That is one aspect of it. But we are talking of a situation wherein this Vyavahara, however much we may take to its highest climax, cannot make me a contented person, cannot make me a happy. That means the person who is happy, totally free from the trace of sorrow. And when I investigate, the culprit is who? The same mind which posed itself as indispensable in our Vyavahara with the world. Now, option is left to you to to continue with this vyavahara, with the help, with the means of mind, by taking the body, etc., as I, and get subjected to janma marana, janma marana, janma marana, the samsara. One option. Other option, get rid of this mind, of course, not just simply like that. The method, starting from Viveka, Vairaga, Shravana, Manana, etc., is there. Vedanta elaborates. Get rid of this mind and claim your real nature, which itself is Ananda Swarup, which itself is totally free from sorrow. At our present level of understanding, this may appear as a utopian dream, but it is not so, sir. It is the truth. Sooner you discover, better for you. Vedanta is not that. Go on listening to new speakers, study new texts. Even one text is enough, provided you have got sufficient abhyasa and vairagya. Vedanta is to discover our swarup. So the choice is yours. So though at our present level it appears to be impossible. You know why? Main reason is lack of Shraddha. Whether it's Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita. Who has taught it? The great sages, Bhagavan Krishna, like this Vyasa. If we don't have Shraddha in them, Shraddha only to take the pursuit and to discover what they have said is true. If the Shraddha is not there, where are we going to land? See, we very loosely quote Bhagavan Krishna. What is that? Shraddhavan labate jnanam saushayatma vishan vinashati. Shraddhavan labate jnanam saushayatma vinashati. But we overlook saushayatma vinashati. If you have Shraddha, but we lack Shraddha. This is the truth. And I am experiencing right opposite to it. That means some drawback must be in me. Because what Krishna said cannot be wrong. What Upanishads say, which is Ishwarokti, statement of Ishvara, cannot be wrong. And yet, I experience right contrary to it. So that means introspection and investigation as to what my real nature is indispensable. Don't make Vedanta another hobby. Of course, a good hobby. A hobby which yields enormous punya, no doubt. But you will still be deprived of the highest promise that Vedanta gives us, unless you equip yourself in terms of what preparation the mind is necessary. If not, at least pray to Ishvara. Give me that jnana vairagya. You know, when food is asked for, Anna purne sada purne Ishvara prana vallabhe jnana vairagya siddhartam dikshan dehi cha. Parameshwari or Parvati. Jnana Vairagya Siddhartha. This body has to continue, for which food is necessary. But what is the goal to be achieved? Jnana Vairagya. Through Vairagya, knowledge. Knowledge of what? My Swarupa, which is Paramananda Swarupa. It is not simply the Upanishad. Just as I experienced samsara, sorrowful samsara, moment by moment, so should I be able to experience that Paramananda Swarupa. Then only you have succeeded in this pursuit. Till then, you are an apprentice. If you are sincere, of course, you are on the right track, protecting yourself from the pitfalls or not going in the by lanes. But the goal is yet to be accomplished. So keep bhakti, but bhakti not barter real bhakti. Bhagavan, I do this, you give me this. No. Leave everything to Bhagavan. He knows what is good for us. But the bhakti should be used properly. Give the entire thing, let him handle it. He is capable. You know that for Bhagavan there is one word, samartha. Capable. He is omniscient. He is omnipotent. He is omnipresent. He is ready to do anything for us, provided we deliver ourselves totally in his hands. If we keep some reservations, he will not take the entire responsibility. Yoga kshemam vahameham. I will take care of everything, provided what? You have to fulfill the other conditions. Ananya chintayanta. You are always thinking of me and not anything else. You can verify. Just you can take stock of yourself. What all you think 24/7. How much you think of Ishvara. How much you think of other things. Including nowadays mass media. What is happening where? Politics, this, war, this, etc. If you are a politician, if you are an army man, you have to do your duty. Otherwise, by stuffing your brain, are you going to improve the situation? At least pray for the good of the humanity. Just have it. Mass media, exposure. Such a mind is a foul mind to discover the Swarup. What is necessary? See, get rid of the mind means what? Withdraw the mind from its preoccupation in the Vishayas, the sense objects. Turn the extrovert mind in terms of Antarmukha, introvert mind. That introvert mind, away from Vishayas, fall back on itself, the Swarupa, your Swarupa, true nature, will get reflected in such a mind as it is, and that itself, that being aware of that, in that for nature, experiencing that in that nature, knowing that in that nature, that is Atma-jnana, that is Brahma-jnana, that is moksha, that is liberation. Otherwise, million times we may repeat, I am Satchidananda. Problem is not going to get solved at all. So therefore, know for certain now the Sarva Anartha Mula for practical purpose. Why you say practical purpose? Theoretically, Ajnana is the root cause. Ignorance of our Swarupa is the root cause. But for practical purpose, it is the mind with the CEO or COO, whatever your way of looking at it, of this calamitous samsara. Discard that. What you remain is your Swarupa, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. In this manner, by Manolaya, extinction of mind, Manonasha, destruction of mind. So what happens? Chit Spuranam, our Swarupa gets manifest, revealed, comes in terms of our cognition as it is, totally free from the features of Nama Rupatmaka Jagat or Anartha Rupa Samsara, calamitous samsara. So this is further highlighted now in the forthcoming verses. Read 52.
Purvam manah samuditam paramatmattatvat tena tatam jagadidam savikalpajalam shunyena shunyamapi viprayatambarena Nilatvamulla charutara vidhanam.
This is all the handiwork of mind. It happens in this manner. Purvam Paramatma Tattva Purvam Paramatma Tattva Manaha Samuditam Tena Idam Savikalpajalam Jagat Atatam Vipra Yatha Shunyena Ambarena Shunyam Api Charutarabhidhanam Nilatvam Ullasati Nilatvam Ullasati. Purvam, first of all, to begin with. First of all, to begin with means we have to start from a point. Because first of all, you can't fix. Because Srishti is Anadi, it's beginningless. At the most, we can draw a line. What is that? Of the beginning of this kalpa of ours. Like what they say, we are in now, Shveta Varaha Kalpa. This Srishti, the kalpa, wherein we are now, we can take as a beginning line. But it has got its called the earlier kalpa. That has got its cause in earlier kalpa. There is no end to it. So therefore, Purva means, or in our life, that is, to begin with. Paramatma Tattva. From the Paramatma Swarupa. Means from Paramatma. What is Paramatma? सर्वव्यापी chaitanya. Why it called Paramatma? Because Chota Atmas are there. What is Chota Atmas? Panchakoshas. 5 koshas. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Andamaya. These are universally mistaken as I, Atma. With respect to them, Shuddha Chaitanya, pure Chaitanya is called as relatively Paramatma, the most exalted Atma, that's all. The true I, free from these notional I's, Paramatma Tattva. Manaha Samuditam. Mind is born. In the sense, the mind appears to have got manifested. First of all, the mind appears to have manifested. Tena manasa. By that mind is idam jagat. This jagat, what type of jagat it is? What type of srishti creation it is? Savikalpa jalam. So which is a jala, a network of vikalpa. Vikalpas, bhedas or dualities. Dvaita. From that mind, this, what is that? This dualistic world, atatam, ramified, spread, jagat. Savikalpa jalam, jagat. The jagat, which is the network of duality. No two things are, or no two entities are one and the same. Atatam, vistrutam, got spread or got ramified. How? An illustration to this effect is given. So that is Vipra. Vipra is, means O Brahmin, O Brahmana, addressed by Rubu to his disciple Nidaga. O Nidaga, Brahmana, Vipra. Yatha, it is just like this. Just as, Yatha, just as. Shunnena Ambarena. Ambara is sky. Shunnena Ambarena. By empty sky. You should be very careful about this word Shunya. Nihilist or Shunyavadi Bauddhas have used it in the sense of non-existence. But the word Shunya also means empty, E-M-P-T-Y. Empty, khali, kuch nahi hai. उधर पर Shunyena Ambarena. The sky wherein nothing else is there. Shunyamapi. 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 What is Shunyamapi? Which is truly not there. Which is false. Which is Swarupa Shunya. Which has no existence of its own. What is that such an entity? Charutarabhidhanam, which is described as beautiful. Charu, beautiful. Abhidhanam is name, means a descriptor. Which is described as beautiful. What is the beautiful? Neelatvam ullasati. The blueness is projected. A blue sky, we say blue sky. Very pleasant to look at. But is there blueness? They may say optical illusion. Yes, it is optical illusion. There is no real blueness there. Who created this? All there is only space. Sky is empty. Any contractor painting entire space as blue? It appears there. So therefore, Ullasati appears, is projected. Likewise, nobody's business from this mind, this Nama Rupatmaka Jagat appears to be there. And now reverse the process. It is the mind which does this. You handle the mind properly. And what? Make the mind which is projecting the Nama Rupatmaka Jagat, withdraw from it. Don't allow the mind to project. You can handle it that way. It is possible. Because it is possible, we can get rid of samsara. Otherwise, we'll be stuck up with samsara forever. All that you can do is some punya you did and go to heaven, etc. Shine punne, martya lokam vishanti. All that is what you can do. No. You can totally get freed from this samsara because it's the handiwork of mind. There is a means, that is all that Vedanta explains. Not only Vedanta unfolds and establishes the ultimate reality, it also provides us the means, the upayas by which this reality, the real nature of ours, can be directly known, directly experienced. This is where we say it is not utopian dream. Vedanta is not a school of thought. It is not imagination of someone. See, generally, in the West, all philosophies that have come are products of the mind of different, of course, great thinkers. No doubt, they are not ordinary people. They are great thinkers. But that is their way of looking at it, which is mostly colored by, affected by the environment or the state wherein geographically, culturally, socially, politically, they are. It is affected by that. Vedanta means Upanishads. Upanishad means Vedas. Vedas are not the figments of imagination of anyone who may be a very high like Vedavyasa. No. Vedavyasa is only a compiler, is only an editor. Because till then, Vedas were handed over only in Karna Parampara. The teacher taught lineage, teacher used to teach, the thoughts used to memorize it without a notebook, without a printed book. So Vyasa, seeing the onslaught of Kali Yuga that is going to come, he saw the danger. Vedas will become extinct. So therefore, he put it on the manuscript. Even among them, many shakhas, many researchers have got extinct. That few decades earlier, when Chandrasekhar Bharati, Perivar, that senior Kanchi Acharya. So he saw, I think, in a particular Atharva Shakha, of which only one Brahmin is there in somewhere Gujarat. Think of it. And if that is not learned by others, that Shaka is going to be extinct. So he got hold of few capable Brahmins and sent them to Gujarat to learn from them. That is how it continues. So the recension, how it is being recited, etc., should be known. So whatever it may be, these have come from Ishvara. Maybe there are sages who are called as mantra drashtaraha, the sages to whom certain mantras have got revealed. Yes, but the one who reveals to them is Paramatma Ishvara. It's just natural for him. It is like Vedas, is like a instruction manual given with a machinery. A sophisticated machinery, when sold, an instruction manual is given. How to handle it, how to operate it, how the maximum result can be gained. If something goes wrong, how it can be set right, everything. That instruction manual with the Srishti is Vedas. Other religions may or may not accept. The truth is, just as all the mansions, all the palaces, all the buildings, all the houses, all the huts are on Mother Earth, so also all religions are where? From Vedas only. A little slight difference or modification here and there may be possible. That is what is called as Smruti, in contrast to Shruti. Shruti Vedas. Vedas never change. But keeping the principles of Shruti Vedas intact, from time to time, depending on the situation, great Mahatmas suggest a slightly modified way of handling it. But basic principle is same as the Upanishad, Vedas. That is there. So different masters might have placed in a slightly different manner, but the origin is where? In the Vedas. So therefore, say this, the mind is the entity which at practical level spins the samsara. No mind, no jagat, not stupefying the mind. You are inviting more trouble. Sublimating the mind. Mind being intact there, relieve it from its usual mentations. Only a mature person can do it. A mentally weak cannot do that. A person who has seen even the best that one can command in this world and discovered that This is not totally enough. It has got its drawbacks in terms of Janma Marana. Such a person can investigate on the guidelines of Upanishads, Vedas, and discover the Swarupa. Therefore, this mind is projecting this Jagat like the space wherein nothing else is there, appears to project the blueness therein. Continue.
संकल्प संक्षयद गलिते तु चित्ते संसार मोह मिहिका गलिता भवन्ति स्वच्छं विभाति शरदीव खमागतायां चिन्मात्रमेकमजमाद्यमनन्तमन्तः
Two. How the mind projects was the samsara told. How it can withdraw, contrast now. Two, whereas sankalpa samshaya vashat chitte galite samsara moha mihikaha galitaha bhavanti. Agatayam sharadi kham iva antaha, last line, last word. Antaha chinmatram ekam ajam adyam anantam swachham vibhati. The reversal process of the mind. The mind which has projected this calamitous samsara can be made to reverse it and make you reach your swarupa. Same mind. We have seen this many times. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Mind alone is the means of both bondage and liberation of this individual. What type of mind binds? Bandhaya vishayasakta. Mind steeped in the sense of pleasures is the means of bandha. Muktyai nirvishayam mana. Whereas the mind totally free from the vishayas is the means for liberation. This is at least 2-3 Upanishads have told this. And also it is quoted in Vivek Chudamani. So therefore it says, contrast now, 2, reversal process. Sankalpa kshaya vasha, on account of kshaya, destruction, ending of sankalpa. Sankalpa can be desires or more precisely manovyapara. All functions of the mind, mentations. By ending the mentations, manovyapara, functions of the mind, chitte galite, when the mind gets dropped, look here, mind is not an organ. Mind is a function, minding, thinking. Thinking itself is mind. No thinking, no mind. Thoughts one after another, effervescing in the antakarana mind. That's what mind is. So it says, sankalpa samshaya vasha. By ending this manovyapara, when the chitta, what happens? Galite drops down. You need not do anything at all. It drops down. Then what happens? Sausara moha mihika galitaha bhavanti. Sausara moha mihika. Mihika means mist of this delusionary samsara. Galitaha bhavanti. Get dropped. Then what happens? Your Swarupa, real nature, gets revealed. And thereby what happens? Like, one illustration is given. Agatayam sharadi kham iva. When the season of autumn, Sharad Ritu, which follows monsoon, when the autumnal season starts, the hitherto sky, which was full of cloud, becomes totally clear and appears the blue sky. Just as in the autumnal sky, which is what? Clear of clouds, like that. Agatayam, when they arrived, what arrived? Sharad Ritu, autumn season. Iva Antaha, finally, Chinmatram ekam ajam adyam anantam swacham vibhati. Vibhati shines, comes to our experience. What? Chinmatram, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. Ekam, non-dual, undivided. Dvaita Rahita, Advaita. Ajam, unborn. Adyam, premier. That which is there in from the beginning. Adyam means that which was even before the Srishti came into existence. Anantam, limitless. Swacham, clear, free from the sorrows of samsara. Vibhati, gets revealed, is experience. The first earlier verse showed how from Paramatma, this mind which is come into existence, spins, projects the Jagat. And this next verse, this present verse, shows how when Manovyapara, mentations are stopped, what remains is your Swarupa. Why the mind has to go and run after the world? Desires. Don't think desire means a big desire. Even a minor desire, which will not be that big, very significant. Yet, desire means you aspire for something other than yourself. You have to turn to world only, Jagat, for which you first and foremost investment on your part is taking the body as I, not simply body, taking the body as I. And taking the body as I is beginning of all calamities. If you are still doubtful, verify it. The waking, we take the body as I, we suffer samsara, prone to suffer. Not that it should be 24/7 hours. In dream, we identify the dream body, suffering samsara. In sleep, no identity of the body, no samsara, temporary. So, therefore, it's anything that you expect from the world, the first investment is body. And the body means with identification comes. Karmas come. Karma phalas come. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatde. Samsara continues. See, one slip. I want this. So, Viveka is necessary. Shraddha and the Shastra is necessary. Not simply exposure to that is not sufficient. It's a good habit, no doubt. With the hope that one day that things really will click. It's not a pastime, a better way of passing time. No, that's good. Vedanta is not meant for that. Nothing wrong in that instead of other things. So, mind withdrawn from its function exhibits our Swarupa. We'll continue.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति